My name is John Caughey. I was born in Southern California in the LA area. I currently live in Holtville, California. Been there for 22 years, 23 years. I'm divorced. I have a daughter who's 27 years old. She lives in Yuma. Like I say, we were divorced when she was 5, I believe, 4 or 5. But I got to see her at least 2 or 3 times a week. So to me, really, I would like to have a grandchild, yeah, but I don't want to push them. I mean, they're young. They're 27, 28 years old. Both got good jobs and making great money, so they do lots of traveling and stuff like that, and I'd get that done out of your system first. I joined in 1963 in the Air Force. I went to basic training in Lackland, Texas, which is San Antonio. From there, I went to basic medical training in Montgomery, Alabama. And then from there, I went to surgical training in Clarksville, Mississippi. And then from there, my first duty station was, my first and only duty station was Beale Air Force Base in Northern California, just north of Sacramento. I golfed for probably the last 25, 30 years. But in 2016, I injured my knee and it had to be replaced. And after that, it couldn't get back into golf, so I gave that up. I haven't golfed in probably 3 years or so. Well, I knew about prostate cancer from my medical experience, but I had no idea. I went to my family physician for a routine checkup, and he discovered my PSA, which is a prostatic specific antigens, was really high. So he sent me to a urologist who did an exam and found a lump. So he said, come back in a week. And I came back in a week and we did biopsies. They came back cancerous. And that's when it started. Actually, my ex-wife, which she is a friend, she suggested I come see these people here at Cancer Resources. And she says they can help you with financing and programs to get you some money. So I did. And at that time, I was not a member of the VA. And they said, well, since you are eligible with your military service, sign up for the VA. I did. She helped Terry Swing, and I was accepted, and they paid for just about everything. It was extremely relieving. I mean, I was looking at least $50,000 in debt, and I do have Medicare, and they would have covered part of it, but they wouldn't have covered all of it. And they got me signed up for the VA, and they paid for everything. So I think my total cost out of pocket was $1,500, $2,000 at the most, compared to what it would have cost, which is well over $50,000. I wasn't going to get the treatment if I couldn't get any financing. I was just going to take my chances with the prostate cancer and see what had happened, because I would have been in debtor's prison if I hadn't had the VA. Get them at least, if you're under 50, once a year. After 50, at least twice a year. Because men after 50, the statistics say 50% of men over 50 get prostate cancer in some form or another, some level or another. If they catch it early enough, there's no problem. It's curable, but you have to get tested. Get your PSA done at least twice a year after 50. Like I said, my ex-wife informed me about the Cancer Resource Services, and I gave them a call, and they said, come on in and we'll fix everything for you. It's not what they said, but that's what they meant. They'll do whatever they can to help me. And they did. I came in and I saw Melissa first, and she helped me, signed up for everything, and then I saw Terry Swing after that. She's the one that got me into the VA. She got me some private funding. It wasn't a lot of money, but it helped pay some of the bills while I was in treatment. If you have a problem with cancer, call them. They can do anything they can to help you. They give you supplies. I'm also diabetic, so they give me diabetic supplies as far as glucerna, which is a drink you take once a day to help with your blood sugar and hydration stuff. They're unbelievably fantastic people. I'm not going to say I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them, but I wouldn't be as happy today as if it wasn't for them. If you have donated in the past, donate more. Donate whatever you can. As soon as I get a little better financially situated, I will also start donating. But I'm living on Social Security only, so it's hard. But $25, $30 goes a long way. It'll pay for one of those gas cards. That's another thing. They provide gas cards for their patients. And that came in handy at times while I was getting treatments, because I was driving from Holtville to El Centro every day. And like I say, living on Social Security, I don't have a lot of extra money, but I do have enough to live. But that extra mileage on my car, I was short a couple of times when I didn't have enough money for gas, and they provided me with gas cards. So that's another service they provide. And they help in so many different ways. I mean, it's just, at the beginning, I did not realize they weren't funded. I thought they were a government or a county funded agency, but they're not. I just found out today, as a matter of fact. And I told Melissa, as soon as I win the lottery, she's got half of it.
My name is Terry Swing, and I work for the Cancer Resource Center of the Desert. As a patient navigator, we assist our patients navigating through the system, whether it's medical, insurance issues, Social Security because they need the financial support while they're going through treatment. So we work on their needs and barriers and providing them the resources they need as part of helping them through their treatment. We assist veterans or any of our other patients, depending on their situation and their stories. They all need something different. The resources that they need vary. I've also assisted another veteran who had started chemotherapy. However, he also started to apply for his VA benefits, but because he was at stage 4, he needed to immediately start treatment. So he left his VA benefits pending, which now he incurs out of cost fees because he doesn't have that extra insurance coverage. So I made connection with the local veterans office, explained our patient's story, and it so happened that this patient had been stationed in a military base where there were fuel contaminants, so they're investigating to see if his cancer may have been caused by the contaminants at the base. John came to us requesting help. He was a veteran and he needed assistance in getting his VA benefits going because he needed to start cancer treatment, and he had delayed his treatment because not having the money to pay his portion of the treatment. So he came to us asking for assistance. So he had initially gone to the local veterans office and started the process there. So to help further the process along, hopefully faster, we made contact with a veterans rep up in Oakland. Within a month or two, his veterans benefits were approved and he started treatment, and his insurance under the veterans is paying for all his cancer treatment. Many veterans until they actually need a service, do they reach out for veteran services? That once the treatment was needed, then they went to get the assistance from the veterans, and causing them to hold off on the cancer treatment. Even our local veterans office, in making contact with them, they are trying to get the word out as we are when we get to talk to the veterans, to explain, it's better if they go out and get the veterans resources that are available to them, hopefully before, the medical or health issues start occurring. So prostate cancer is something men need to look out for. They should visit their doctors regularly, get checkups, in case there is a cancer diagnosis, it gets caught at the early stage. There are many challenges that the patients have to deal with, in whether it's transportation, finances, because they have to stop working because now they have to go to chemotherapy or radiation, and their bodies are now immunocompromised, and so they aren't physically able to do many things. So then work stops. Where's the money going to come from to pay rent, food? So this is where we come in and target them and help them get those resources that they need.